Dave Campbell's Texas Football, along with Wells Fargo, and in conjunction with the Academy Sports and Outdoors Texas Bowl, is proud to present the Mr. Texas Football Player of the Week Award to the most deserving high schooler in the state of Texas. Every Monday at noon, that's here and now, TexasFootball.com will announce 10 candidates for that week's award based on the previous week's on-field performance. Voting closes at TexasFootball.com each Friday at noon, with the winner being announced shortly thereafter. The Week 8 Mr. Texas Football Player of the Week nominees. Santa Rosa running back Ryan Mesa carried the ball 15 times.
What was that all?
For 405 yards and 3 touchdowns.
He had to have been tired.
Pretty good.
No, he only had 15 carries.
That's a lot of running.
He's not a workhorse. Vote for Santa Rosa running back Ryan Mesa. Eastland quarterback Baron Morton. Matt Stepp was at this game. He threw for 243 yards and 2 touchdowns. He ran for 32 yards and a score. He had 3 tackles, and he kicked 5 PATs, and the game-winning 33-yard field goal. Eastland quarterback Baron Morton up for Mr. Texas Football Player of the Week. So is Lovejoy wide receiver Jacob Terwilliger. 7 catches, 243 yards, and 3 touchdowns for Lovejoy. San Angelo Central quarterback Malachi Brown threw for 338 yards and 2 scores, ran for 338 yards and 2 scores, and threw for another 53 yards and 2 scores through the air. Springtown running back Cameron Rickett Pojo Magic with 342 yards and 5 touchdowns rushing. He also caught 2 balls for 30 yards and a score. Glen Rose quarterback Cameron Griffin, 246 yards and 7 touchdowns passing. He added 100 yards and 2 touchdowns on the ground for good measure. Fall City quarterback and defensive back Keyshawn Johnson, 226 yards, 3 touchdowns passing, 128 yards, and 2 touchdowns rushing in a pretty critical district game for them. So, big win for the Beavers. New Diana defensive lineman Isaiah Martinez had 7 tackles, a sack, 2 quarterback pressures, a forced fumble, a fumble return for a touchdown, and an interception return for a touchdown. All those things for New Diana defensive lineman Isaiah Martinez. To go out east, Longview Pine Tree wide receiver J.J. Sparkman caught 10 passes for 223 yards and 2 scores for Pine Tree. And finally, down in the valley, Brownsville Hannah wide receiver Miguel Payan caught 8 catches for 208 yards and 2 scores. He was 5 for 5 on extra points, and he kicked a 35-yard field goal. So those are your Week 8 Mr. Texas Football Player of the Week nominees. Santa Rosa running back Ryan Mesa, Eastland quarterback Baron Morton, Lovejoy wide receiver Jacob Terwilliger, San Angelo Central quarterback Malachi Brown, Springtown running back Cameron Rickett, Glen Rose quarterback Cameron Griffin. 2 Camerons, back-to-back. I just realized that. Then a Keyshawn. Fall City quarterback and defensive back Keyshawn Johnson, New Diana defensive lineman Isaiah Martinez, Longview Pine Tree wide receiver J.J. Sparkman, and Brownsville Hannah wide receiver Miguel Payan. Vote early, vote often, vote now at TexasFootball.com.